In the war-torn landscapes of Ukraine, a new soldier has appeared on the battlefield. It doesn't bleed, it doesn't feel fear, and it doesn't question orders. This is the Phantom MK1, a humanoid robot that's changing the face of modern warfare. Today, we're diving deep into the story of this groundbreaking machine, the secretive company that built it, and the profound questions it raises for the future of humanity. The conflict in Ukraine has been a testing ground for cutting-edge military technology, from advanced drones to satellite intelligence. But nothing has captured the world's imagination, or its fear, quite like the Phantom MK1, first sighted in grainy footage from the front lines. These bipedal machines move with an unsettling fluidity, navigating rubble and complex terrain with an agility that rivals a human soldier's. They are reportedly being used for high-risk reconnaissance, frontline assaults, and securing cleared areas, tasks that would otherwise carry a heavy human cost. So, who is behind this revolutionary and controversial technology? The trail leads back to a US-based company called Aegis Dynamics, a name that has only recently emerged from the shadows of the defense industry. Unlike established giants, Aegis Dynamics operates with a level of secrecy more akin to a Silicon Valley startup that has gone rogue. Founded by a team of robotics and artificial intelligence pioneers, their stated mission is to reduce human casualties through autonomous solutions. But their rapid development of the Phantom MK1 has caught many by surprise. Let's break down what makes the Phantom MK1 so formidable. Standing at just over 6 feet tall, its frame is a composite of lightweight alloys and armor, designed to withstand small arms fire and shrapnel. Its power source is a proprietary high-density battery, allowing it to operate for up to 72 hours on a single charge. But the real magic is in its neural network brain. The MK1 isn't just a remote control puppet. It uses a sophisticated AI system called Cognitive Core that allows for semi-autonomous decision-making. It can identify threats, calculate engagement probabilities, and even adapt its tactics based on the evolving battlefield environment. Sensors are its eyes and ears. A suite of LiDAR, thermal imaging, and high-definition optical cameras gives it a 360-degree view of its surroundings, day or night, in any weather condition. This data is processed in real time, allowing it to distinguish between combatants and non-combatants, a critical and highly debated feature. For weaponry, the Phantom is modular. It can be equipped with a range of standard infantry weapons, from assault rifles to grenade launchers, which are integrated into its arms. This allows it to engage targets with terrifying precision, guided by its advanced targeting algorithms. The role of the Phantom MK1 in Ukraine is multifaceted. Initially, they were deployed in scouting roles, sent ahead of human units to map enemy positions and identify ambushes without risking lives. Their entrance meant they could hold watch over a sector for days on end, a task that would exhaust human soldiers. As the conflict intensified, their role expanded. Reports from the field suggest Phantoms have been used to lead assaults on fortified positions, drawing enemy fire and overwhelming defenses before human troops move in. They've also been used for urban combat, a notoriously dangerous environment where their ability to see through walls with advanced sensors gives them an unprecedented advantage. For the soldiers fighting alongside them, the experience is surreal. One Ukrainian soldier was quoted as saying, "It's like having a ghost in your squad. It doesn't talk, it doesn't rest, it just does its job. It saved my life twice, but I can't say I'm comfortable around it." This sentiment highlights the psychological impact of introducing these machines into the tight-knit fabric of a military unit. Trust is built on shared experience and vulnerability, two things a machine cannot offer. The implications for the future of warfare are staggering. The Phantom MK1 represents a paradigm shift, moving from remote-controlled drones to autonomous agents on the ground. Military strategists around the world are watching closely. The nation that masters this technology could gain a decisive advantage, rendering traditional armies obsolete. An arms race in autonomous weapons seems not just possible, but inevitable. Imagine entire armies of phantoms clashing on a future battlefield, with humans reduced to the role of technicians and overseers, far removed from that. This vision of the future brings us to the most critical part of this story, the ethical questions. The development of autonomous weapons has been a subject of intense debate for years, but the Phantom MK1 has dragged this theoretical discussion into stark reality. The central question is one of accountability. When an autonomous robot makes a mistake and harms a civilian, who is responsible? Is it the programmer who wrote the code, the commander who deployed the unit, or the machine itself? International law, like the Geneva Conventions, was written for humans, by humans. It doesn't have a framework for dealing with killing machines. Proponents argue that robots like the Phantom MK1 can be more ethical than human soldiers. They aren't driven by emotions like anger or revenge. They don't get tired and make poor judgments. They can be programmed to follow the rules of engagement with perfect discipline. In theory, this could lead to fewer war crimes and less collateral damage. They argue that sending a machine to die instead of a person is a moral imperative. However, critics paint a much darker picture. They warn of the danger of a flash war, where high-powered armies react and escalate conflicts faster than humans can intervene, potentially leading to catastrophe. The Campaign to Stop Killer Robots, a global coalition of non-governmental organizations, has been advocating for a preemptive ban on lethal autonomous weapons. They argue that delegating the decision to take a human life to a machine crosses a fundamental moral line. It dehumanizes warfare and lowers the threshold for going to war in the first place. If a nation can fight a war without risking its own citizens, what's to stop them from engaging in more frequent and reckless conflicts? The deployment of the Phantom MK1 in Ukraine is a Rubicon moment. The technology is out of the bottle, and there's no putting it back. We are now living in the era of the robot soldier. The world is at a crossroads. We must decide what rules will govern these new weapons and what role we want them to play in our future. The debate is no longer academic. It's happening now, on the battlefields of today, and the choices we make will echo for generations. Are these machines our saviors, protecting human life, or are they the harbingers of a more terrifying and personal form of conflict? The story of the Phantom MK1 is still being written, and its final chapter will determine the future of war itself. Thanks for watching. If you found this documentary thought-provoking, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the technologies shaping our world. Let us know your thoughts on the Phantom MK1 in the comments below.